the Fit Beyond 40 for Women podcast, and or you are watching live right now in the Fit Beyond 40 for Women Facebook group. I have one of my winner chicken dinner here, Tamika. Oh my gosh, rounds of applause. For those of you who don't know, Tamika is one of my athletes on the R3 team that just competed in a fitness competition this past weekend, and you placed first in, was it fitness?
Fitness.
In fitness,
Yeah.
and second, right?
Yes.
In fitness model. And
Correct.
so first of all, I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
Secondly, you killed it. The package that we brought, this isn't your first go around. This is your second year competing. And my goodness, you were on your game. And so I wanted to share. Now, there may be a lot of ladies thinking, like Coach Crystal, I will never step on a fitness competition stage. But you know what? You weren't, that wasn't your mindset actually when you first joined us.
Yeah.
So, what I would love to do is share, in fact, when you first joined R3, where was your mindset back then? And I'd love for you to share as well, what were you struggling with before you joined R3, and what things, programs, or whatever it is that you tried on your own. And that way we can kind of share where you were to now where you are. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about you, as well as where you're from and how young you are.
Yes. My name is Tamika Butler. I am 48 years young, and I live in St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States. And yes, my journey with Coach Crystal's and R3 team started a little over 2 years ago. I had turned 40, and I was maybe 45, 46. And my body just was not responding the same. So I was doing workouts. I was going to the gym. I was doing the classes and all the weights and everything, but my body wasn't responding. And it took a toll on me emotionally because I was at a weight I had never been at, and I was editing my clothes because there were certain things that weren't looking right. I was what Crystal calls fluffy, and I could not figure it out. And God's intervention, I'm just on Facebook, and I see this challenge from Coach Crystal. I think it was a 7-day challenge for free, and I was like, why not? And I joined the challenge, and after a minute, Coach reached out to me after I did my little one video, my why video of why I was doing this, and she reached out and she was like, "Give me 10 minutes of your time. I think you can do this." And I was like, "I will train, but I am not sure about walking across the stage." But I had tried it all. I was doing body pump. I was doing cardio classes. I was trying to do weights on my own. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no direction. I was still eating the same. And what I loved about finding R3 is they took it a different route. Coach Crystal, you had me think about my why, which was so important. Why was I doing this? And I had to dig deep, deep and think about that because it wasn't just, oh, I want to look fantastic. I think in my video I said I want to be a fitness model, look like a fitness model. And you were like, let's talk. But then as I dug through it, it was just more about my health and getting my self-esteem back and getting back to what I knew and being myself. And those things were missing because it was just taking an emotional and mental toll on me because I couldn't figure things out. And what I learned through this journey was nutrition was my main missing piece. Like I said, I was going to the gym and doing all the things. I didn't know I was not eating properly to fuel my body for the type of workouts I was doing, for the goals I was reaching or trying to reach. And I started even before I decided to compete. I was doing the CrossFit for couples workouts and doing those workouts. And I was within that first month, I was seeing a change. And I was not even at the point where I was training for competition. This was just to get that initial weight off and start, getting to a point where I was feeling good about myself. And I was so proud with that change. So by the time I finally was like, yes, I want to rock the stage, and we started doing that training, that just skyrocketed what my body looked like, what my nutrition was like, my lifestyle. It was a lifestyle change. And now here I am in my second year of doing competition, something I never thought I would do at the age of 48 and winning medals. So it was literally Coach Crystal, R3, your team that got me to the point that I'm at now.
It's amazing because, a lot of our listeners might be like, oh, kind of like, I'm too old or it's too late. And, one thing, and I just want to kind of rewind because I'm sure that a lot of my listeners and ladies in the group might be in the same boat where they're doing all the things, but nothing is working. And so, what was the struggle there? So, like, in terms of, like, what were you doing exactly? Do you remember? Were you piecemealing different things? Like you mentioned body pump, because so many women come to me and saying, well, I'm eating healthy, but in reality, they might be either under eating, not eating enough, or overeating. They might be a victim of BLTs, bites, licks, and snacking, where they have no idea that they're actually overeating because they're just snacking all day. So, where were you in terms of, like, you mentioned you were doing a bunch of things, like what was going through your mind back then, and share what was the frustration back then?
So I was doing all the physical things because I thought that's what I needed to do. So I was doing body pump twice a week. I was going to cardio classes, step classes, and I was doing the physical piece and getting the workout in. And my frustration came because I was not seeing any results. Actually, the scale was going up. My fluffiness was getting more fluffy. I was not toning, and which was my goal. I wanted to tone. And I was hitting a weight I had never been at, and I couldn't understand it because I'm like, I'm in the gym, I'm doing all these things, I'm taking the classes. But what was missing, and I didn't know, it was the nutrition piece. I think I was doing a bit of all of it. I was under eating, not eating enough for the type of workout I was doing. And then I was eating some not so great things sometimes because I would do it once or twice a week and didn't think that was bad. And I was a mindless snacker. So not even out of hunger, it would just be out of habit. If something was there and I saw it, I would snack. And so I was doing all of these counterproductive things that were hurting what I was doing in the gym. And I just really didn't know about progressive overload and things like that, and sticking to a plan for 4 to 6 weeks and things like that. So my mindset, I was frustrated. I didn't know what else to do. I'm gonna be honest. I even looked at one of the ads for like lipo and things like that. I was just at a point where I was just like, I can't keep looking like this. I wasn't happy with myself. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's where my mindset was. And I was just like, I couldn't figure it out. I was lost because I'm like, I'm going to the gym. I didn't know that nutrition was probably my biggest issue and some things I was doing in the gym.
Yes, you nailed it. So it sounds like overtraining and under eating,
Mhm.
and then a little bit of binging because those times where you think, okay, well, I've been good all week. A lot of women think I've been good all week, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, the foods that they add up could actually, reverse what they did all week because now they're overeating for a few days. It's very, because let's be honest, it's very rare to, when you look at a weekend, say for example, it starts Friday night, have a glass of wine, a little this and that. Most women are thinking, okay, well, either I'll just start again on Monday, or they're a
Mhm.
little bit too relaxed on the weekend. And I'm not, I don't want to say you shouldn't enjoy, but after you have, that one meal that may be a little too high in fats and carbs or sugar, whatever it is, go back to, that healthy whole foods plan the next meal.
Yes.
And because most women will take the whole weekend from Friday's meal, Friday night, all the meals on Saturday, all the meals on Sunday, step on the scale Monday morning and thinking, what in the world, what just happened here? I was good all week. And so, creating that awareness, for sure, it definitely helps. And you mentioned, so what I am offering the ladies, it's literally, it's a end of year promo because we have, I think, 9 weeks left in 2025. Okay. And I know that there are some ladies that how you explained how you felt, that frustration, they've done all the things the past 10 months and nothing is working. And so what I wanted to offer was, why wait until the new year? Why wait until January 1st? Why not start nailing now that healthy lifestyle, developing those healthy habits now, creating an awareness around perhaps those bad habits that are kind of bringing you back? Why not start now? And
Absolutely.
so, what I'm doing is I am offering the 12-week Bulletproof Challenge, which features the CrossFit couples workouts that you were talking about, and we'll go through it in a minute. Your personal experience with that, at a 70% promo, where they're going to get 70% off the 12-week Bulletproof, because I know for a fact there's a lot of women. We're like I said, 9 weeks from completing this year, and they're still frustrated. They've
Hmm.
taken up they made that New Year's resolution. We're already 10 months in the year, and the scale hasn't budged, and if not, has gone up. And they're doing exactly what you're doing. So I want to offer the ladies, okay, let's put a stop to that. Let's get off this hamster wheel bus and let's get on the right foot. So the 12-week Bulletproof is it's to me, it's like a beautiful kickstart in the
Hmm.
right direction, right? And so there are three components to it. You've got the mindset component, the fitness component, and nutrition component. Now, with the mindset component, I am giving a VIP pass to the ladies to join Coach Janae's Fitness and Nutrition 101 and Coach Pat's Deepening Your Why call. And so, if you recall, I'd love for you to share, back then when you were still in the frustration boat, how did it help you to pop into those calls and, one, get the support from Coach Pat, and or, get some answers from Coach Janae, because she will cover everything under the sun from, going through the menopause transition, how do I get my protein in? How did those calls help you at the beginning of your journey?
Oh, they just jump started it for me. One, seeing that I'm not alone, that it wasn't just me. And it's like, oh, okay, so this isn't just me. The deepening why, I mentioned that earlier, it was so key for me because sometimes we come with these superficial reasons that we have no real attachment to. And sometimes that's why we don't hit those goals, because we're not attached to it. It's not real. It's just something superficial. And it's like, oh, I want to, look good. Yeah, everybody does. But I had to get past that superficial piece to actually say, okay, now I need to be disciplined to hit this goal. So the deepening your why really got me past that superficial, I just want to look cute phase. It was like, but why? But why? But why? And just going deeper and deeper and deeper, and figuring out my why, then I was like, this is worth fighting for. um,
Yes.
Coach Janae, the education and the class about her class is about nutrition and reading, being able to read labels and to tell what's good for you and what to stay away from. And the thing is, it wasn't like I thought. It wasn't time consuming. It was just like it's real quick. You can just pick out a few key things. I'm like, nope, that is not what that says that's supposed to be. And just learning, and then the different ways she gives us, if you're vegan or not, and just these options and what to look out for. Again, that was the key for me, the education piece, knowing that, okay, I was under eating and just how snacking could add up, because she would go on live on the app tracker and was like, I'm going to show you just how quickly that 1 to 2 handfuls of snacks that you're grabbing adds up. And when I got to see like that was 300 calories more than I was supposed to be, I was just like, oh my, in your head, it didn't look like that much, but it adds up. So that education on what to look for and how to fuel your body properly and why it's important. The why is so
Yes.
important as to why I needed that. And it's still in my mind, because when I'm at the end of the day and I'm struggling and I got some protein left, but I was like, but you love your muscles, don't you? Yes, you do. So we're going to eat this protein. So yes, it's that why. Absolutely.
And here's the key. What I love that you said. Now, of course, we all want to look cute, of course. But there are some days when you don't feel like it. And looking cute, if it's between that and staying in bed, or if it's between that after a long day at work, sometimes that number, that kind of superficial why, if it was deep enough, if it was worth fighting for, then so many of us wouldn't quit within the
Mm-hmm.
first 2 weeks of trying something, right? And there, how many times have we said, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it?
Right.
And perhaps it's because that the reason why you want to get healthy, get fit, get strong, you haven't found that deep enough why to keep fighting for every single day, because we don't feel like working out every day. Now it's just a part of our identity. It's
Exactly.
a non-negotiable. But in order to get to that point, when you're in the mindset of, okay, I like, why do I want to do this? It really has to kind of burn. It has to be so deep. It has to inspire you way past willpower, because willpower is fleeting.
Yes.
Willpower is fleeting. And so what you said was really key, and Coach Pat's call really helps you nail that why. And like you said, Coach Janae is there to educate you guys so that you are now aware of what you're putting into your mouth. You're aware of what is good, all of those hidden sugars and fats and whatnot. Now you can make better decisions, right? So that's beautiful.
Absolutely.
So that's the mindset component of the 12-week bulletproof. You get access to those unbelievably, calls that are going to support you and educate you. Then comes the workout portion. Now, I know that our women are busy, so I really wanted to create a platform where you literally can roll out of bed, go into your space in your home where you work out. You're in your gym right now, and because sometimes it's really hard, especially as the weather gets colder, to get into our car, to like, it's still dark outside, to drive. So we really wanted to take all excuses out and provide at home workouts with
Mhm.
by clicking on the app or logging in online. And these workouts are I'm asking the ladies, to train 3 times a week, and it is a beautiful combination of using weights and hit training. And the reason why this is offered inside the 12-week bulletproof program is because I know how busy everyone is. And so if we can get weights in 3 times a week, if we can get, it's sprinkled in some hit workout in there, because not everyone has an hour available to them to do cardio. Let's be honest,
Yes.
So if you can get these 3 workouts in a week, and you do it in the comfort of your own home with a few dumbbells, a kettlebell, like what, talk about the convenience of being able to work out from your own home, and how has that kind of helped you with your busy schedule?
Oh my God, it's the best. It's like you said, having to factor in travel time to get and go to the gym, if you're doing it before work or after work, and no, whether or not the equipment's available when you get to the gym. So I love this because I needed very few things to get started. And by that point, I was so invested and motivated. I started building my gym space because it was just ingrained in me. It was like, I have a goal, I'm meeting this. And this made it so easy. I would get up before work, literally come downstairs and get my workout on. I didn't have to travel to a gym, and that saved me so much time. And to get back home and shower and try to get ready for work. Nope, I just rolled out of bed, like you said, and came down to my space and got my workout in. And it was so convenient. And even if you're doing it after work, you're already at home. It's convenient. Get your workout in and then run in the kitchen and start getting, dinner together or whatever. And so it was such a time saver. It was so convenient. It made it so easy. And it took out the excuses. It took out the roads are bad, it's dark out, it's cold, all the weights were taken. It took all of that out because I'm at home, and it made it convenient, and it really helped jumpstart my journey.
So, really, like you said, you will build your workout routine to what's convenient and conducive to your schedule. We recommend first thing in the morning, because we understand that, throughout the day you might be really tired, and, there's a you're battling your tiredness. So it's we always recommend, and plus it's a really good dopamine boost. It gives you a boost of energy. If you can, especially if you're a beginner and you haven't mastered working out consistently, we really recommend that you get your workout in first thing in the morning. And so basically you're doing 3 workouts a week. We recommend a day of rest in between. So, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and you just literally week 1, boom, press play. Right? There's your Monday workout. There's your Wednesday workout. There's your Friday workout. Next week, right? And so we wanted to make it simple for you, especially if you're a beginner. Take the thinking out. All you need to do, make sure you have a couple of dumbbells, a kettlebell, and really that's it. And you go to your workout space, wherever it is in your home, press play, follow along, boom. All the thinking is taken out of it, right? We know how busy you are. And if you have not yet mastered working out consistently, this is really going to kickstart that new habit, right? So, and like you said, we really wanted to take the excuses out of it. Now, in this particular challenge, what we've done, now you're more advanced, Tamika, but I know that you can speak about making sure that you get your protein in, right? And so the main point of this particular challenge is our ladies getting protein in with every single meal. So again, to make it really easy, I listed, meals that they can literally follow. I measured it out for them already. Everything is perfectly laid out. All they need to do is choose 1 meal for breakfast, 1 meal for lunch, 1 meal for dinner. And here's the thing, there's so much protein in each meal. I promise you, you're going to feel full because protein is satiating. You're not going to want a snack, and you're going to learn to drink a ton of water. I know a lot of ladies are not drinking enough water. And our goal in this challenge is to drink 3 liters of water a day. So I promise you, you will feel full with 3 meals, right? You're like, some women are like, Coach Crystal, I can't snack. You will be so full. You won't want to snack. In fact, for a lot of my women that are under eating, they're going to look at this food and be like, this is a lot of food. Yeah. And here's the crazy part. You start eating enough food, like Tamika has shared, to fuel your workouts, you're going to feel full. You're going to feel and the crazy thing is, once my ladies start eating the amount of food that they should, the scale starts to drop, and it's like, what? But I'm eating more, And so here's the thing, how has it? And I know you can speak to this, Tamika. Eating protein with every single meal, that is the key to changing your body composition. Talk about how your eating has changed before, when you used to be that snacker and just kind of under eating, binging sometimes, like, to now, how and the difference between your energy and how your body feels.
Oh, absolutely. Nutrition was a game changer for me. So yes, I was eating, not really paying attention to what I was eating. I don't think I was horrible, but I had a lot of work to do. I know I was not getting enough hydration or water in throughout the day, and things like that. And so it showed. I was sluggish, and then I would be snacking throughout the day because I was hungry, and then it was convenient, and I'll also just stop and get this burger, and all of that stuff looked and tastes great at that time. And then I learned better. And I started getting my protein and I was satiated. And the snacking, and that's how I learned my snacking wasn't because of hunger sometimes. Sometimes it was just out of habit because it was like you're literally not even hungry. And so mind shift, lifestyle change. I stopped buying that stuff because I was like, you don't even want it. And so as long as I got my protein in, I was full, I was satiated, I get my veggies in. With my full healthy 3 meals, that really helped me learn to portion if I did want a little snack or something on the side because I didn't need it. And I realized portioning was enough when you're eating properly. When your 3 main meals are properly nourished with the right amount of protein, that small serving here or there is actually enough versus eating the whole bag or the whole gallon or whatever it may be. And now I'm gonna just be honest. After this competition Saturday, I was like, my celebration meal, I want a nice juicy burger and some fries. And I got that, and it tasted like nothing I wanted. It was like I was so, and it wasn't bad. It's just no longer my lifestyle. Like I would have preferred some sauteed veggies from, Kobe Steakhouse over what I had. It's my body is healthier. The food I eat now, I'm not sluggish. Again, those morning workouts, like Coach said, do it in the morning. It sets the tone for your day. It gives you that energy boost. You get the benefit of that burn all day. And I love morning workouts, but also eating healthy. It makes you feel better. That sluggishness is gone. All of that is gone, and I don't crave those unhealthy things anymore because that's not what fuels my body. And then I look at myself and I'm just like, yeah.
And can I say, above and beyond that, your skin is
Yes.
glowing.
Yes.
When you're eating junk food, when you're not drinking enough water, your skin looks dull. But you start eating healthy proteins, well balanced meals, focus primarily on whole foods, you're drinking your water, your skin is glowing. You're
Absolutely.
no longer sluggish. And here's the thing, a lot of women, I know Jamie, who's on our team as well, she's admitted that she was so used to feeling bloated and inflamed, she thought that was normal.
Hmm.
And now that she has discovered, with her nutrition, there are certain things that we removed. She's like, oh, this is like, my stomach feels flat. I feel lighter. Like feeling bloated and inflamed is actually not normal. But so many women out there think it's normal to feel sluggish, to feel heavy, to feel
Hmm.
inflamed, to feel. But then once you know, focus on, 80% whole food plan, getting those veggies in, getting those protein in, getting your water in, you're flushing everything out, your gut is happy, and you just have so much energy and you feel amazing. You have
Hmm.
energy.
Yes.
And so, and you're living proof. You're living proof. So, I would love for you to share as we round out. Uh, there might be someone listening. They're feeling frustrated. They've done all the things. They've just had it up to here. The scale is creeping up. They're feeling fluffy. What would you say to her to encourage her to take this? This is a beautiful kickstart. One, you're going to become a part of a supportive community, like you said. Two, you're going to have coaches who are knowledgeable, who care, who are all over the age of 40, right? And so we know how you feel because we're going through all the things. It really sets you up for developing sustainable habits. Bare minimum, women over 40 should be training 3 times a week. That's the bare minimum. And through this program, that's what we're going to teach you to do is how to be consistent with working out 3 times a week, how to choose healthy whole foods, how to get your water in. So it is such a beautiful kickstart. So what would you say to her if she's like, oh, I don't know, it's I've just done all the things, is this going to work? And they're humming and hawing. What would you say to her?
First thing I would say is be like Nike and just do it, because you just have to do it. I think, or not. I think I tell people all the time, you are your best investment.
Amen.
And education and knowledge is power. And if you take this course and you learn the proper things and you apply the proper tools, you lean on the supports that Coach Crystal is giving you, you will see a difference. You will. And then you'll start to learn and make that connection of, oh, this is what wasn't working. Now I know what is. And let me tell you, this is not a group of 20-year-old Insta models just posing, I mean, with weights like, look at how I got this body. You're 12, you've done nothing. These are seasoned women who, with kids, without kids, who know what this is like, know what you're going through. So this is experience. This is nothing but experience. And you can't have anything better than top notch experience. So if you're thinking about it, it shouldn't even be an option. Go for it. This will be one of the best investments you make. And like I said, you are your best investment and it's absolutely worth it. And one more thing, if you can schedule those manicures and pedicures and those hair appointments, you can schedule time to work out and take care of yourself. You can schedule time for that like you do to watch that TV show. It is about your goals and your desire to do something different. And this is a great way to get started. Coach Crystal and the team makes it so easy, so welcoming. They give you so many tools, and you will not regret it.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Tamika. I couldn't have said it any better. And you are, the epitome, and you really define what it's like to, you trusted the process, but now you trust yourself to complete the process.
Yes.
So the sustainable lifestyle, that complete identity shift, that confidence, you're oozing it now. And, it took that first step. Sometimes it's scary taking that first step, but you're not doing it alone. Like you said, you will have ladies, in the same boat. We're all going through the same menopause transition. You've got coaches who are literally there, who care, who will be there to answer any question you have. Because we want to, not only release that weight, but ensure that we always say, lose the weight. We don't want to lose the weight because we don't want to find it again, right? We want to permanently release it and sustain it. And we do that by creating sustainable habits. And the 12-week Bulletproof program is exactly the best way to kickstart it. So if you are interested, if you want more information and you're like, oh, Coach Crystal, I'm ready, let's go. Please put Bulletproof. Type in Bulletproof in the comments, and I will send you the registration link, send you any information that you need. Again, this is a 48-hour promo. We shut this down, this opportunity, Sunday, because the 12 weeks starts on Monday. We start on Monday, okay? So we're not joking when we really want women who are ready to finish this year strong and kickstart 2026 stronger.
Yes.
So if that is you, then type Bulletproof down below. Thank you, Tamika, for sharing your wisdom, your experience. Because I know the ladies can relate to where you were, but you are proof of where you can be. So I want to say thank you again. So proud of you. I'm just blown away of what you brought to that stage, and every year, like fine wine, we could just get better and better and better. Better and better and better. So with that being said, we got training to head to. So we're going to release all of you. Comment Bulletproof down below, and we're going to get you started. Again, Tamika, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
So proud of you. And I'll see you in training.